Welcome back, Filmaholics. My name is Karl, and in this channel you find anything and everything filmmaking. So if you guys want more of that, consider subscribing. But until then, let's get on with the rest of the video. In today's video, what I'm gonna be showing you guys is the best deals on Amazon for film gear. So let's get on to it. First one in the list is gonna be the only tripod in the list, and that's gonna be the Canon Concept 62-inch tripod. And it was at $119, and now it is at $76. That's a 36% difference, so that is a pretty awesome deal for a tripod that's lightweight and great for travel. And if you're just going on hikes or if you want to do some landscape stuff, this is actually perfect for that. It's lightweight, it's portable, and you can bring it almost anywhere, attach it to any backpack. And the next one on the list is gonna be the only lights in the list. And that's not a really bad shortcoming because it comes with 3 lights. It's the GVM 1200D. These lights are RGB and 50 watts. They're pretty strong for an RGB light that's a light panel like this, but also comes with 3. It was at $799 and now it is at $591. That is a 26% difference, and that is a pretty awesome deal for something that you could use for stylistic commercials or other things like that, or even for your YouTube channel like this, what I'm using it for right now. So check that out. And the third one on the list is gonna be the only gimbal, kind of the trend where it's like the only one on the list. It's gonna be the Zhiyun Weebill S. I can never pronounce that right, but it's the Zhiyun Weebill S to me. And this is a pro gimbal. It was at $439 and now it's at $288. That is a 36% difference in price. That is pretty awesome in my opinion, especially since this is it's basically a pro gimbal. You could do so much shots, so much dynamic shots with it. So much creativity can come from this gimbal alone, and I absolutely love it. It can do a really low shot instantly just from, oh god, such good software. So this is honestly perfect for either pro commercials or again if you're just doing some travel b-roll. It is the middle ground where you can get both. So go ahead and check that out. It's an awesome deal. $288. Wow. I wish I had that deal earlier before I bought it full price. The next one on the list is gonna be a kind of weird camera because it's not necessarily a filmmaking thing, but it is part of the filming world now. And that is going to be the Zoom Q8. And the reason why this is weird is because it's the perfect podcast / streaming camera. It has so many ways that you can record, and it is just perfect for that talking head in the little corner of the screen if you're doing some type of podcast or something else like a movie, watch thingy, just something involving streaming. So this is kind of the perfect place for that. But it used to come in at $399 and now at $299. Obviously that's a 25% difference, so if you're looking for a camera that does something like that or looking for this specific camera, then there you go. That's a pretty awesome deal. And the next one on the list is gonna be the Canon 35F 1.8, and that's already awesome right there. The fact that the aperture is an f1.8, that will get you some great depth of field. But let's talk about the price range. So that's gonna be $499 to $399. That's a 20% difference, but for a lens that can do low light and also do amazing portraits, also able to do vlogs and able to do so much product video, that is an f1.8 for that cheap. Oh my god, that is something you want to grab as soon as possible in my opinion. If they had it in Sony, I would have had it already, but for now I don't have that. So go on, grab that if you have a Canon. It's the RF mount, so it's gonna be mainly for their mirrorless cameras, not their like big cameras, but unless you have the adapter, then you can always use their lenses on anything. So there's that, check that out. And the next one down on the list is gonna be an EF mount from Canon. So it's gonna be able to go on their older their DSLR cameras, and that's gonna be the 17 to 40mm f4 lens. This lens though, it's pretty expensive usually. It's gonna be at $799, but now it's at $499. That's a 38% difference. So that's pretty awesome in pricing already. But another cool thing about it is that it is basically the perfect beginner YouTube lens if you're doing vlogs or if you're doing some random other stuff, because you have so many other focal lengths in there. You have something that can go and punch in tight, and then you have something that can go a little bit wider if you're doing something like vlogging. So you can find out what you want to use with this lens by getting a lens this cheap, but it's meant to be much more. And the next one on the list is finally a full frame camera. So this is a Canon EOS R. It's a decent full frame camera. It's honestly a transitional camera between an APS-C to a full frame camera. So if you're going from one to the other, this is honestly the perfect starting point for anybody that is going between the two, like I just mentioned. And the price is a little bit higher and the discount isn't the best, but again, a full frame camera is going to be a good investment either way. This also comes with a lens that's the 24 to 110 millimeter lens f4. So again, the discount though is going to be from between $2,099 to $1,899. Now that's only like 10%, so that's not the best discount you can ever get for a camera, but, and this is a big thing, you get a lens and you get a camera. So it'll be a good starting point again for a full frame camera if you have not touched one yet. So there's that. It's also a decent camera there's some debate on it, but I'm a Sony homie, so yeah. And now we're on to the Sonys. So the next one on the list is gonna be Sony's basically equivalent lens to that kit lens that was coming with the camera bundle that I just mentioned, which is a 24 to 105 millimeter lens f4. So again, this isn't the best aperture you'll ever get, but Sonys are beautiful in low light. They are absolutely amazing in low light just because they're just built for it. You've seen them see in the dark, like as if it's daytime basically. So this is honestly, yeah, a very pricey lens. So that bundle previously is actually almost the same price as this. It is going to be $1,399 at like non-discount price, and then it's gonna be $1,098. So that's a lot of, that's $300 gone right there. That's pretty good. But honestly, that is a very expensive lens. So that last bundle I mentioned is only like, you know, equivalent to half of that. So whichever one you guys decide between Sony and Canon, that might help. But I love Sony, so I'm still biased a little bit. And the next one on the list is gonna be another Sony lens. And honestly, this is not the best discount, but this lens I just had to talk about. This thing is beautiful. I love this lens so much. I wish I had the money to get this lens, even with the deal, but sadly I don't. It is the Sony 85mm f1.4. Oh my god, that aperture sounds so good. It is perfect for product placement, or not product placement, product commercials, and it looks so good. There's so many videos on it, and it's just such a good lens. It used to come in at $1,900 and now at $1,700. That is basically a 10% difference, so you know that's not the best, but in the same time, this lens is so worth it if you have the money to put down on this, especially for professional shoots. And the last lens on the list is gonna be from Sony, but also their cinema line. So it's their Karl Zeiss lens. It is the Sony 24mm, which is my favorite focal length of all time, and f1.8. This is absolutely beautiful. This lens is one of the best lenses you could ever get. It used to come in at $1,100 and now it comes in at $700. That is a 37% difference. That is absolutely beautiful, and I cannot talk more about this lens because I am jealous to anybody who's gonna be using this deal, because I will not be able to. This is it looks so good. It's perfect for landscape photography if you're doing something like that, because it has somewhat a vintage look, but also it's a Sony, so it'll have that modern look as well, kind of mixing the two worlds into one amazing, beautiful shot. It's also perfect for vlogs and YouTube, and it's just perfect in general. I love this lens so much. Oh my god. I'm so jealous. And the last one on the list is gonna be the only Sony camera that is somewhat discounted properly to the point that you guys should check out the deal, and that's gonna be the Sony A7 R3. This camera is actually not really a film camera, but honestly it has the capability to do so, but it is mainly meant for photography. So the deal goes as this. It used to be $2,800 and now it's at $2,000. That's $800 down. That's amazing. That's 29% difference, and oh my god, if I was a photographer, I'd hit that up if I didn't have a full frame camera yet and I was just switching. So this is kind of the perfect one for that. And also the fact that it's a full frame camera with the low light capability of Sony already added to it, it's just gonna be a beast for star photography if you're doing something like that, or something with low light in general, and just city photography. This is kind of, again, the perfect camera for that. So I would check that deal out if you guys are doing mainly photography, but also want to film a little bit, because it kind of does a little bit of a hybrid thing in there. And if you guys want to check out the gear I just mentioned for both film and photography, or if you guys want to check out the gear I used to make this video and all my past videos, go ahead and check down in the description below. It's gonna be at no extra cost to you guys, but it will help out the channel, so help us out that way. Also, if you guys want to check out more of my film gears, go ahead and check this playlist right over here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and dream on.